Okay, JeSSe, come have a seat, and your little friend too. Thomas, bring your mic, please. Thomas, you've traveled far and wide, and it's a pleasure to have you in New York. You want to say where you come from?
We are from South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, and we are here in New York for a week doing some showcase gigs as part of NMS. And we're going to be playing tomorrow night at Drum at 7 p.m. So yeah, we're going to be around.
And you played last night too.
Played last night. Played 2 gigs yesterday actually. Yeah, we played a showcase at NMS at the living room.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
fun?
awesome. It was really cool.
All right, you hear South Africa. You know that's not a good name right now for that Running Man. I have to bring it up.
No, I know.
What's going on over there? And it's the day of Nicole Simpson. They are comparing that to.
And also, in 1964, Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life in prison in South Africa.
Yeah.
Today, in 1964.
Yeah.
But it just shows a lot of changes have come about.
A lot of changes. It's a complicated place, but it's home, and you know, it's.
I'd love to
also
go
an amazing
there.
place.
Yeah. So like in Sun City, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of history there.
Was your dad? Your dad is a well-known musician, right?
Yeah.
So you grew up like on the road.
I grew up, basically. The first 6 years of my life I spent on tour buses and hotels and airports.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, there's snapshots of it, in France, and just meeting all kinds of crazy people, musicians and all kinds of things like that. And yeah, it was a fun environment to grow up in. It was very crazy, very unpredictable, and sometimes tough. But it did give me a very kind of disillusioned perspective in terms of going into music myself.
A disillusion?
Yeah, well, you see behind the glamour.
Well, you sound pretty darn tootin' good, though. So you seem kind of glamorous in your little way you play. So when's the first time you picked up a guitar?
I was about 14 when I started really taking it seriously. But when you're a kid, you just want to be like
a rock
Jimi
star.
Hendrix.
Yeah, of course.
But I only started really writing. I mean,
wait a minute. Did you say when you were a kid?
Well, yeah.
Wait a minute here.
Back in my youth.
Like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Like, did you have ID here?
Yeah, I did get carded, so.
Of course you did. Of course you did. So how long have you guys been playing together?
We've been playing together for about 5 years now.
Oh, that's great. So you have good chemistry and you know how to lean on each other's back, right?
It would appear so. He hasn't kicked me out yet.
So he's the boss, huh?
Well, I write the songs, so.
You write the songs.
Therefore.
Nice. So what's life like on a typical day in South Africa?
Well, I mean, for us, we're either rehearsing or we're in studio or we're going to a show. I'm really busy in South Africa. We play all the time. So this is really our first overseas stint where we're playing showcases. But on a typical day in South Africa, you wake up, it's sunny outside, and you go for a drink and then go to a show.
And what's the drink of your choice?
Drink of choice?
Yeah.
Probably a whiskey.
Nice.
Good whiskey always hits the spot.
First thing in the morning, huh?
Well, not first thing.
So it is National Peanut Butter Cookie Day,
Okay.
and we love hearing stories and like skeletons in the closet. Do you know what a skeleton in the closet is? Do they say that in South Africa?
Yes, they do.
All right.
Unfortunately, I do know what that is.
So do you have one that might have whiskey in it?
I don't know. Tom, do you have anything?
Tom's gonna have to go too.
Tom's got some.
He was so excited for a
No.
peanut butter
I was
cookie.
excited for a cookie, not excited for skeletons in the closet. I'm trying to think of anything that's not particularly incriminating.
It doesn't have to be. It can be when you were a little kid.
Jeez. Tom, come on, you got something.
So did you ever climb out of a window or something, like run from something that, or even a story like some trouble you got into that ended up being like the best thing that ever happened?
Okay, well, I've got one because I was talking about this the other day to someone.
Cool.
It's not really a skeleton in the closet.
It works. It's a skeleton in the closet to me.
Okay. It's more of a good thing than usual. But anyway,
That's
so
okay.
one time I was on this flight with my mom, and we were flying to the States, and it was like this really long flight, and I ended up sort of disappearing on the flight. My mom was sitting in the economy class, and I sort of walked ahead and just kind of disappeared, and my mom couldn't find me for like hours. I was like 6 years old. And then she was like running up and down the plane, and then she found me with this guy like sitting basically on his lap, and he was talking to me for like hours, and she was like, who is this madhouse with my kid, and she like kind of pulled me away and everything. And kind of, she didn't really see who it was, and she was like angry. Anyway, it turns out it was Mandela.
Wow.
like,
The one that we're talking about?
the one, the very same one.
Whoa!
So like she ended up like she realized afterwards and she like wrote him a letter and she was like she gave it to him on the way out. But like he loves children, you know, so when he sees kids he like talks to them and he loves to like kind of hang out with them and stuff. So yeah, that was it wasn't a skeleton, yeah.
Wow, we'll have a cookie for you and for him.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Do you remember it?
Not at all.
Yeah, of
But
course.
he's-